Is there a way for a man to get a woman with low self-esteem to see herself as more powerful and capable?
Oh man, you know what's
I
crazy?
think he can add, but he can't just do the shit for
Yeah,
her.
yeah. It's. I tend to like run into women who are like that. They have either a low self, not even say low self esteem. They just feel like they put me on a pedestal that I just they put me on a high pedestal to where they feel either intimidated or whatever case may be. I'm like, nah, like one, I'm already attracted to you for a reason for whatever you got going on. But they think whatever they got going on doesn't match up to what I got going on. So now I have to and I'm not big on like people be like, oh yeah, you gotta dumb it down or put it in layman's term. I don't like dumbing nobody down. I like smartening people up. So I ain't never gonna dumb anything down for anybody, whether my homeboys or my future lady or potential lady. But with that being said, when I run into the women who have low self esteem or they feel like they're not enough, it's like no matter what I say, they feel like, nah, well, I'm not you, or well, nah, I'm not doing it like you. And to break that, that's literally like a mindset
They
thing.
do.
They would have to literally change their whole mindset of basically how they look at themselves. Like it's a self value thing. It's a value thing. It's a worth thing, and etc. So I do as much life coaching and positive speaking as I do. It don't matter what I say. I can give the whole blueprint on how to uplift yourself and increase your self esteem. But if they personally don't choose to want to do that,
Right.
and personally don't love themselves in totality, that's really what it is too. They don't really completely love themselves. They have some insecurities or whatever the case may be, and that's what blocks the increase of this in self esteem. But that's really on the man side. That really depends on how long you want to tolerate and how long you want to actually try to build with this person, because it'll come to a point in time where one, if they're not ready to do it, then that's just the wrong time that y'all met.
Right.
Or two, if you're not willing to stay and connect with them and going in for the long run, that's literally like your decision. But I know me personally, I'm not. Yeah, I'll try and attempt, but if they're not ready, like hey, you go ahead and heal or do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, Austin, bro, I'm gonna say ways to get a ways for a man to get a woman with low self esteem to feel powerful, more capable, bro, is affirmations, pouring into her on a consistent basis, harping on her strong suits. So rather than complaining and whatnot, jot down a list of the things that she's actually amazing at, and like overly praise her for the shit that she actually dope at. Cause then, that's one way to help people identify that, like you said, she more powerful. She know like, shit, I ain't domesticated, I ain't this, I ain't that. But he said I fuck like a porn star, and he brags about that, and I know that makes him happy, and he gets excited, yada yada yada. So, bro, I would do that by harping on the strong suits. Another thing too, bro, it's just being intentional about the visual, right? So, like, maybe it may be a pair of shoes she like, maybe a certain dress, maybe a certain type of lingerie that you can go invest in that's gonna make her pretty, feel better. And I'm not saying just visual self-esteem, but make her feel prettier. Shit, I know for me personally, I'm waiting for Chelsea to hit like 6 months, and then I'm gonna get her like book her a lingerie uh, photo shoot, because I know like with pregnancy, a lot of women go through self-doubt shit. They be feeling all fat, yada yada yada. So I'm gonna go above and beyond to make sure that not only if she do have those thoughts, because that's natural, that's her brain and her business, but if she does have them, I'm gonna make sure I'm reaffirming not only verbally but like dressing it up, getting the lingerie so she can get that vibe that she had when she was once way smaller, but still like that nostalgia, and still looking in the mirror like, damn, I actually do look good. I still got it. I'm still fine. Blah blah blah. So, bro, whether it be verbally, physically, and I'm not saying any of these gonna work. None of them really may not work, because at the end of the day, your lady gonna have to do some type of soul searching on her own to figure out what lifts her esteem, what makes her feel powerful. But you absolutely can be of help and assistance, bro. Another thing too, I would tell you to do is just like sit down with your lady and make a list of what differentiates her from other people, her accomplishments, her accolades, XYZ, and then like do your best to keep her in that space. Because I think low self-esteem typically come people overly focused on the negatives about themselves.
Yep.
Like people with high self-esteem typically focus on the positives about themselves.
Right.
So you may be helping her, bro, by keeping her in her sweet spot, meaning more so like, and what industries or what lanes or what environments does she feel her best in? Oh, say less. I'm gonna typically keep her in these environments, in this headspace, because this makes her feel amazing about herself. So you got to do some homework, bro, and she got to be receptive. Everything work itself out.
No, yeah, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. I think that's one of the things we learning when I was getting my master's was focusing on the good things that she do, the positive things that she does, because they forget about that when it's compared to somebody who may be higher up or whatever. They forget about all the good that you've done. And that's just a general thing, just for men and women. Like, don't forget about all your accolades in life, like all your accomplishments, when you have done them. Just because you meet somebody at a different level doesn't mean like you haven't done great things prior to, and you're not an amazing human being.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's just something to put. Sometimes women forget, and men too, but in this scenario, sometimes women forget all they have done. So you as a man should just come in and be like, yo, remember when you, yeah, that's amazing. Like, that's actually outstanding. That's historical, things like that. But yeah, and just to respond to, who was it? I forgot who it was. But someone in the chat said that not all women are like that. We're just responding to people who are like that. The women who do have low self-esteem. There's a lot of women who they have a high self-esteem. But we're just speaking in that question in specific. I don't know if you came in late with the question, but the question was specifically about those who have low self-esteem.
Yeah. One thing I want to put out there too. We never generalize, so we know there's always going to be an anomaly. There's no way that everybody in one space all does the same thing, except like breathe or drink water, and some people don't even drink water.
No, facts.
But so yeah, we know like it doesn't always apply to everybody, but it applies to the person who asked the question.
Yeah.
You know everything about sports and everything about music, what weed is popping, what's designer, what's this and that, but you don't know shit about yourself. So a lot of you guys are just well-dressed vessels.